Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that sparks endless debate. Who were the greatest US presidents in history? This isn't just about picking favorites. It's a deep look into leadership, legacy, and the moments that defined a nation. So, what makes a president truly great? Is it their policies, their character, their ability to lead through crises? Let's explore together as we count down some of America's most iconic leaders. We have to start with a man who started it all, George Washington. It's impossible to overstate his importance. He wasn't just the first president, he was the standard bearer. After leading the Continental Army to a miraculous victory, he could have become a king, but he chose a different path. Washington established the two-term precedent. He warned against political factions, and he guided the fragile new republic with a steady hand. He truly was the father of his country, laying the very groundwork for American democracy. Without his leadership, the United States as we know it might not even exist. Next, we have to talk about Abraham Lincoln. When you think of presidential greatness, his name is almost always at the top of the list. He stepped into office at the nation's darkest hour, with the country literally tearing itself apart over slavery. Lincoln's resolve was unbreakable. He was a master politician and a brilliant orator whose words still resonate with incredible power today. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation, a monumental step towards freedom, and led the Union to victory in the Civil War. His tragic assassination cemented his legacy, but his greatest achievement was preserving the Union and, as he said at Gettysburg, ensuring that government of the people, beat the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Jumping forward to the 20th century, we find Franklin D. Roosevelt, or FD. He took office during the absolute depths of the Great Depression, with a quarter of the country unemployed and hope in short supply. His famous line, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself," was exactly what the nation needed to hear. Through his New Deal programs, he fundamentally reshaped the role of the federal government, creating things like Social Security and a safety net for Americans. Then he led the nation through the immense challenge of World War II. FDR's leadership through two of the biggest crises in American history, his fireside chats that connected him directly with the people, and his four-term presidency make him a giant of the Oval Office. Now for a president with unbelievable energy and charisma, Theodore Roosevelt. TR was a force of nature. He was a trustbuster who took on massive corporate monopolies to fight for the common man. He was a passionate conservationist who established our national parks and forest system, preserving America's natural beauty for generations to come. And on the world stage, he projected American power with his speak softly and carry a big stick philosophy, even winning a Nobel Peace Prize for mediating the end of the Russo-Japanese War. Teddy Roosevelt was a progressive reformer and a larger-than-life figure who redefined what a modern president could be. Let's go back to the early days and talk about the brilliant mind of Thomas Jefferson. He was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, penning the immortal words that all men are created equal. That alone would be enough for a legacy. But as president, his vision for an agrarian republic of independent farmers shaped the country's identity. And of course, there's the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. With one incredible deal, he doubled the size of the United States, paving the way for westward expansion and transforming America into a continental power. He was a true Renaissance man and a visionary leader. After the turmoil of World War II, America needed a period of stability, and they found it in Dwight D. Eisenhower. As the supreme Allied commander in Europe, Ike was already a national hero. As president, he managed the intense pressures of the Cold War with a calm, experienced hand. He championed the creation of the interstate highway system, which completely transformed American infrastructure, commerce, and culture. In his farewell address, he gave a famous and prophetic warning about the growing influence of the military-industrial complex. Eisenhower provided the steady leadership that defined the prosperity and relative peace of the 1950s. Taking over from FDR at a critical moment was Harry S. Truman. Talk about having big shoes to fill. Truman was a humble man thrust into the presidency at the end of World War II. He made the incredibly difficult decision to use the atomic bomb to end the war. In the aftermath, he was instrumental in shaping the post-war world. The Truman Doctrine committed the U.S. to containing communism, The Marshall Plan rebuilt Europe, and he oversaw the creation of NATO. Truman's decisive, no-nonsense leadership set the stage for America's role as a global superpower for the rest of the century. Then we have a president whose time was cut tragically short, but his legacy endures. John F. Kennedy, JFK's youth, charisma, and optimism captured the imagination of the nation and the world. His inaugural address, with its famous call, "They ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," inspired a generation to public service. He navigated the Cuban Missile Crisis, bringing the world back from the brink of nuclear war. And he set the audacious goal of landing a man on the moon before the decade was out. A vision that galvanized American innovation and led to one of humanity's greatest achievements. So, after looking at these incredible leaders, what are the criteria for greatness? Historians often point to a few key things. First, leading the country successfully through a major crisis, whether it's a war or an economic depression. Second, having a clear vision for the country's future and being able to achieve it. Third, leaving a lasting, positive impact on the institution of the presidency and on the nation itself. And finally, possessing strong moral character and the ability to inspire the American people. In conclusion, the story of America is inextricably linked to the leadership in the Oval Office. From Washington's founding principles to Lincoln's preservation of the Union. From FDR's crisis management to JFK's inspiration, these presidents didn't just hold an office. They shaped the very course of history. Their decisions, their struggles, and their triumphs have all contributed to the nation we live in today. Of course, this is just a short list, and there are many other great presidents we could discuss. Who do you think deserves to be on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.